Hi, everybody. It's Heather, the expat entrepreneur. How you doing today? I'm coming to you today with a video that I hope is going to be helpful to let you know everything you need to know about the plan in order to make a decision about moving forward and actually joining, if that's what you're thinking of doing right now. And just before I do, I want to say a quick disclaimer and let you know this is not investment advice. I'm not licensed or authorized to give advice about anything. I'm not an investment advisor or tax person or anything. I'm just an individual person who's had an experience and I'm sharing some of my knowledge. So please know that as we go through. And so with the plan, I thought I would start by saying, what is it? What actually is it? And because some people are confused and thinking that maybe it's actually investment advice, and it's not. It's actually just a training program. That's all the plan is a training program. That could be a training program on anything, right? But it happens to be a training program on crypto, on how to make passive income off the volatility of the crypto market with a set and forget automated system that requires very little time on your part, which it's beautiful, right? And it's true, and it really works. I can tell you, I'm a beta 1 student myself. I've been doing the plan with real money for 3 months, with demo bots for even longer than that. And it works. It really, really does. It's everything that they say. So know that as we go through. But so that's what it is. The plan actually is a training program. It's 6 sessions long, and they are going to begin on December 16th. And there will be 6 days. There's one break in between, 3 days and a break, and 3 days and you're done. Basically with this plan, the training sessions, you are going to, after that time, you'll have all the knowledge you need. And of course, you're going to have continued access, lifetime access to the program and the additional resources that are part of the members area as well, so that you can revert back to them because you will need to. I've rewatched many of these sessions before, and every time Dan comes out with a new one, I rewatch it. You may or may not know that there have been 3 beta sessions that we've gone through to this point. And this is now, the plan has moved out of beta, and it's been perfected in terms of Dan's delivery and what needs to be said and taught to people at what point in time. And now this is the official first launch of the plan. So it's pretty exciting. And yeah, the next thing I want to say is how much is it? It's $3,497. You can do 1 payment or you can do 4 payments of $1,000. So it's about $3,500. And who is the plan for? It is going to be the ideal thing for anybody who's looking for a better return on their investment capital, for anybody who is willing to take a little bit of time, a little bit of your own time to manage some of your own investment capital and get a better return. It does require you to do the work, because what the plan is not. It's not investment advice. As I said, it's not an investment scheme where you hand your money over to somebody else to invest for you. You need to do it yourself. So you go through the training, which is those 6 sessions, and those will take, 10 to 12 hours, somewhere in there for you to go through. And after that, you're going to need to do a little bit of practicing with those demo bots. It's kind of like paper trading. And basically what you do is you start practicing the theory of what you've learned and what you know. And when you feel comfortable and you get the feel for the software, for the platform, which is not hard at all. It is very, very user friendly. Then when you feel ready, you go ahead and you actually put your real money in the market and give it a go. And so that's kind of how it unfolds and how it works. And I would say that the people who this is not for is somebody who does want to hand their money over to somebody else to invest for you. If you would prefer to just do that and be completely hands off and let an expert manage your funds for you, then this is not the path for you. I will say though, in crypto, handing your money over to somebody else to manage it for you is a quick path to saying goodbye to those funds. It definitely happens in the traditional brick and mortar world too, but in crypto especially, because it's unregulated here, you guys. You can't just hand your money over and believe people that they're going to look out for your best interests and invest it, and also that they even know what the heck they're doing. Who are these people? You might know more than they do. Do you know what I mean? There's a lot of slick talkers out there, and The last thing you want to do is just hand over capital to somebody who says we're putting it with a pool, or putting, or anybody for, in crypto especially, because yeah, there's just, those are the scams we tend to hear about. If people are willing to talk about the ones who say that they were scammed, usually that's what happened. They got conned into handing their money over to somebody or to a group who was pooling it and putting it into a scheme or some kind of a pyramid, and they were going to invest it on their behalf. Another thing that they typically do, and that you can spot them when they put restrictions on you removing your capital from the investment. That's not a good sign. That's a red flag. If you've got to wait a certain period of time, or there's going to be a cancellation fee or something like that, it's not a good sign. Because with the plan, like you go through the training in the program, and then you take your own investment capital and you invest it on your own behalf. And you can do that. Like, you can do that. It's not difficult. And it also does not take time. It takes hardly any time. Once you go through that training, which is what, a weekend? Not even. It's one long workday for somebody. Once you go through that training, you have the knowledge you need to do this. And the amount of time it takes from there to actually put the bots on and monitor them is so minimal. The first time you do it, it might take you 20 minutes or 30 minutes to do a little bit of research, to poke around, to get the feel for it, to see what, where to go next. The next time you do it, you can cut that time in half. And after you've done it a couple of times, you're talking, you can put a bot on in 2 minutes. I'm not even kidding. It's so fast. And then what do? Well, Dan's biggest thing is you do nothing, right? You just wait. And that is the hardest part. It really, really is, because we're so wired to be moving and rushing, and money loves speed and all of that. And we think we got to keep, but in this case, it's not. You just sit back and wait and let it percolate, let it do its thing. And yeah, so believe me, as you get a couple of bots, or even several of them on, the time that you need per week is less than an hour. It's probably less than half an hour. In all honesty, there's people who put these things on and walk away and don't look at them again for a month. And then they come back and they're like overjoyed because the profit has just been incredible, as that's how these things work. So believe me when I say, I really don't care how busy you are, or how frantic your life is at this time, you can do this. Or if you're concerned at all about your ability to understand the course content, understand what you need to do or how to do this investment, it's not difficult. Believe me, it's not at all difficult. So yeah, that's one hang up, or one thing I like to say, you can just brush it right off your shoulders. Okay. So yeah, let me go on. Now, what's included in the plan? I've got notes here, by the way, in case you're wondering. So I don't want to miss anything. I want to make sure I cover everything for you. So I thought it would be cool if I just go ahead and share my screen with you and take you right into the members portal. Let's have a look. Let's have a look around, and you can check it out for yourself. So yeah, here's the members portal, and you will have lifetime access to this, by the way. And there's some things in here that you might not have straight off, because I'm actually a beta 1 student. So I've got older trainings as well in here. But anyway, the big part here, the first thing you'll get into when you get access is you'll go into the getting started area. There it goes. Wow, super slow internet. And there's a bunch of stuff in here. There's a couple of videos from Dan where it gives you a good idea of how to get going and what to do next. There's also beneath that, there's an announcement section, which I haven't been to in quite some time. So maybe there's some announcement here. But this is where you will get your phase, the plan. This is where the actual training sessions are. So the last one was beta 3, and there were, oh, sorry, I'm on the wrong one here. The last one here was beta 3, which is down here, and all those other betas you won't have any of the betas because you're not in beta. But there's 6 sessions, as you can see, and that's where you'll find all that course material. So if I clicked on session 1, he's broken down each one of the trainings into little subsections, so it's easier for you to go back later and rewatch certain things as well. So they'll all be there, and you would just go through, and it's all delivered by video with Dan, which is awesome. And they're so powerful, so helpful. And this section here, the additional resources, is really good, you guys. It'll save you a ton of time. There's a section here called onboarding, and this is the first place you'll come. And it'll help you with the short little videos, how to set up your exchange account, how to connect your BitsGap to the exchange account, and how to set up APIs and all that kind of thing. And like, for example, if you want to connect BitsGap to Binance, you would go in here and click on the video, and it'll be super short. What is it going to be? Two minutes and 26 seconds. And whoever's in here teaching us how, they just take you from one step to the next and show you the whole procedure, how to do it. Like, it's excellent. So you don't have to waste time figuring this out and get frustrated. That's the thing, right? Because this is the bits that can be a bit frustrating sometimes. So when you are also in this additional resources, there's another section on depositing money. How do you do that? How do you get your fiat currency into crypto land? There's another section with videos on how to do the trading or withdrawing your crypto out of crypto land back into your bank, for example, or to a different wallet. And you can see there's videos for everybody, and it depends, what you need, but they're all here. There's also some grid trading setup. So there's little tiny short videos on specific things that you're going to need to know, or until you really get used to doing it yourself, doing some of these things on your own. So you can see, yeah, I'm not going to read them all out, but a little bit of information on how to read the charts and whatnot. How to get started with those demo bots, which is the first thing that we all have to do. Dan wants us all to do demo bots for at least a week or two before you put real money on the line. And there's also a frequently asked questions section, which is also super helpful. And under that is the answer desk. And this is a section where, again, all these pre-recorded ones are not going to be in there for you because you're not an existing student. There's going to be new ones for you. But what happens is there'll be several sessions where some of the key founding members of the plan are going to take pre-submitted questions from y'all. And you'll send your questions in. There's Ashley and there's Ian, and they'll be on here answering questions all throughout the entire session here. And this one here is an hour long. So they're at least an hour long anyway, and it's excellent. These ones, you should definitely be a part of them if you can be. And if you can be on live, do it. I would highly recommend that. And the other thing is, this is the coin pair research. I thought it was recommendation. Isn't that interesting? Coin pair research section. And this is where you get that bonus from Dan. And I'm not going to scroll too far. What we've got here is, this is the 2 months of free coin pair service that Don is offering in his bonuses. And you will get that. So for 2 months, you're going to be able, and that's after the course ends, so that you're not wasting time while you're learning, right? You can get this afterward when you're ready to go. And it's going to, he's going to provide up to 48 or up to 24 a month, 24 coin recommendations per month. And all the settings are there so that you literally can copy and paste them. So the point is, you don't have to worry about, oh, how am I going to figure out which coins I need to do to create a bot? How do I trust my own self right now when I don't even know what I'm doing yet, right? You don't have to worry about it. So yeah, and this is the members area, as I said, and it might look a little bit different when the time comes that you're going to get access, because my understanding is they're doing a bit of a revamp right now. So yeah, it might be a little bit different, but that's basically it. And of course, you get lifetime access to it as well. So that's fantastic, you guys. The schedule, I think I mentioned, but the 6 sessions are going to be pretty much back to back. It's going to be December 16, 17, and 18. And then they're taking Sunday off, and then they're going to go from the 20, 21, and 22. So you're going to be able to go back, and everybody's got time off over Christmas and New Year's, and go back and just binge watch and try and drill this information into your head, because there's so much stuff in here that unless you're like literally in that industry already, you're going to need to listen more than once. Yeah. I listen, like I say, every time there's a new release of the course or a new webinar that Dan does, I check it out, because I hear something new every time, because my level of knowledge changes, right? And as you're listening to something new and trying to learn a new thing, you're busy thinking about something, a strategy, a little tiny thing that you've just learned. And then the next thing you know, there's another little tiny thing that you should have just paid attention to and learned, but you didn't because you were busy focused on that. And that happens over and over and over throughout the entire time that we're learning something. So we miss a lot, and that's why, and it's fine. It's totally normal that that's the way it goes. That's the way our brains are wired. Don't try and resist it. Just go with that flow instead, and just realize, okay, well, I'm going to need to, listen to this more than once. Yeah. So what else? Now, the other thing I wanted to mention too, as far as what is included with the plan, if you decide to enroll with me, you will also get all of my bonuses, which are stellar. I have 12 real value bonuses that anybody who enrolls with me will get. One of them is the Facebook group, which is amazing. I've got such a great group of people in there. I am just so grateful and pleased with them. We're going to have a whole bunch more joining now, people who've already joined up again through me as well now for this intake. And there's 11 other amazing bonuses too, that every one of my bonuses, I specifically designed them to be what people need in the beginning, to be what you need if you're a beginner and you're just starting out and you maybe don't know. And even if you do know a little bit about crypto, everything in there is designed to help you get from where you are now to get up and running with those bots and get that passive income churning and get that moving as quickly as you can and smoothly as you can. Because I know that with a course like this, the biggest risk that we face is getting bogged down with the details, with those beginning phases of trying to figure out the tech or getting stuck on something that is just a little thing that can be easily overcome if you've got the help, if you've got the support, or a pre-written document or a video that shows you something like what I showed you in the plan there on the members portal, things like that. And so they've done a great job at the plan to cover that off. And there were sides of it that things that I wish that I had when I was going through it. And that's what my bonuses are all about, because I know what was lacking. And I also know now, having taken over 150 people through on the last round, I beta tested my own bonuses. And I know what needed to be improved or gotten rid of or replaced or what was missing. And it's amazing now. So it was amazing before too, I gotta say, but now, especially now. So let me just suffice to say that I've not seen a better bonus package offered for the plan. And I'm speaking 100% sincerely the truth when I say that. And I've looked at everybody's that I can find. There's probably some out there I haven't seen, but yeah, these are the ideal suite of bonuses to get you up and running quickly. And it would also be my sincere pleasure to welcome you aboard my merry band of crypto traders, because that's who we are. We are the merry band of crypto traders, and you'll be one too if you decide to come in and join through me. We have a lot of fun and we get the stuff done, and people are there to help and support you. It's not literally just me. There's a whole community in there of people. And the last time I counted, I have 27 countries represented in my own member pool that are there for you as well. So that's really cool. And I also wanted to say that with Dan's bonuses, the CPR is the main one that he's offering there. That is those 2 free months that you're going to get. And we also have a dedicated thread in our Facebook group where people openly discuss their coin pairings, their bots, their coin pairings. And every now and then someone will just put a post in there. So who's doing what coins lately? What do you guys like? What do you like right now? What's looking good? Kind of funny, but it's really what happens. And I mean, that's great, because that's what we need, right? That's what we want, because everybody's at a different stage as well. And you'll get to a point where you don't need a coin recommendation for a while, because you've got all your funds invested. And now you need to be looking at doing something else. Or when you do decide to change one, or you've got more funding, you've earned enough in one of your bots to buy another bot, for example, that happens too. So all of a sudden, just like that, you need to have a new coin, a new suggestion. You want to do some research and look at what's available. That's another way you can do that is through a group of people like that. So it's really good. And I wanted to also explain, like, how does the actual program, how does the strategy work for investing in these bots? If you're not familiar with grid bot trading, it's basically what we're doing is we're using an automation. We're using bots, which are robots, right? It's AI, and those bots are pre-programmed with instructions to buy at this level and sell at this level. And if this happens, do that. And all these instructions are built in, and you don't have to program, by the way. That's all done for you. You just need a handful of settings that Dan has figured out where the sweet spot is for these things. And that's why, on average, whenever somebody creates a bot using Dan's strategies and his settings, the profit starts rolling in within an average of 2 minutes. No joke. So now let me just say that profit might be 26 cents. It might be $1.40. It might be 47 cents, something like that. It's not going to be $3,000 in 2 minutes, I don't think. But that's what we actually love, and that's how these bots work, is that they are buying and selling at such a fast pace continuously all throughout the day that you'll end up sometimes having hundreds of trades in one day. And every time the bot sells, it is selling for a profit, because that is the only condition under which the bot will sell. It is not physically possible. Physically is probably not the right word. It is just not technically possible for the bot to sell at a loss, because they are not programmed that way. The only way your bot can make a loss is if you decide to close the bot when it's down, when the value of the coin has decreased. And we don't do that. That's one of the things that Dan teaches us in the training. And right now is a really interesting time to be learning that lesson firsthand for all of us, because the market is down at the moment. As I'm doing this recording, it's been down for, I think, 10 days, something like that, like quite a few days. It's been a chunk of time. And there are some people who are, tired of seeing the red or tired of seeing it down. And I understand that. But it's also an expected thing. Like, when you're in a market like this, you have to go into it. You have to enter this arena with the idea and the preset idea that there are going to be times when the market is up and there are going to be times when the market is down. It's just simply the way it's going to be. And we can make money in any one of those conditions, when it's going up, when it's going down, and definitely when it's channeling sideways. And there are, in some cases, we don't profit. We don't actually have money that's being earned. If it goes too fast, if it moves up too fast, too sharply, because it happened too quickly to take some of that profit out, or if it goes down too fast, it's the same thing. And the other way that we don't make any money is if the value of the bot happens to go down below the grid, then we're not going to actually be making any of those buy and sell profits during that time, because it's below the grid. But that's okay. It's not something to worry about. It's something that absolutely will happen. We need to be prepared for that mentally, and just know that all we have to do is wait, is what Dan always says, do nothing and just wait. And that's another time when doing nothing is really difficult, because people are thinking, wow, this thing, I need to make a move. What if it's going to go down further? What's going to happen here? And so we need to have our mind made up ahead of time. And this is actually this is one of the bonuses that I created around this idea. And it's called Plan Your Trade, Trade Your Plan. And I came up with this during this last round with these folks who were in there, because I'm a scuba diver, and you would not get in the water without planning your dive. Like, you just wouldn't. It's dangerous. You're putting your life at risk. And you plan your dive, and then you dive your plan. And that's the way it is. And in life, there's so many things like that, right? Where you've got to make the plan first, and you've got to stick to it, or else you're just going to get off course. And this is no different. But with the plan itself, that's not one thing that's actually included in there. And I thought, you know what, this is such an integral, critical thing. We've got to have our own plan. So I created this template, and it's a doozy. It's a doozy with all the rules, the guidelines that Dan tells us throughout the course that are scattered throughout. They're all there for you to quickly reference so that you can make your trade plan in the beginning. And this is the perfect example of you would plan your trade and then you would trade your plan. And maybe trade is not the best word because we're not actually trading. Our bots are trading. We're just investing in our bots. It's kind of semantics there, a little bit of liberties I'm taking, but the concept is sound and it's very, very effective. And during those times when the market is moving in some of those directions, or we're below the grid and we're not making those daily profits that we love so much, you just wait it out and know that that's part of the process. It's part of this way of investing. So basically, with there's two ways that we can make money in this type of strategy. And before I tell you the two ways, I want to tell you the one way that 95% of the market does, which is buy and hold, right? Most people out there are buying low and selling high, or they're trying to buy low and trying to sell high. That's way more accurate, because if there was a reliable way that we could actually time the market and know ahead of time that it was low and we could buy now and know when it's high and we can sell, we would all be walking around with a whole bunch of fat stacks of cash in our pockets because we'd be making money like crazy. The truth is there is no reliable way to do that. And it's notoriously difficult to predict. It's easy when you look back on those graphs and you think, of course, that was the low. Of course, that was the high. But when you're in it, nobody knows. Nobody knows. So the people who are buying low and hoping, buy and hope, and hope is not a strategy, by the way, unfortunately for them, they're the ones whose money is usually going into our pocket because we have the edge with the strategy of the plan and with Dan's settings. Because Dan himself, he spent 3 years and $5 million figuring out, losing his money, not wasting his time, but losing his time, figuring out where's the sweet spot in the strategy? Where should these settings be for the optimum chance of succeeding, the optimum chance of profit? And he discovered it. And that's why he originally shared it with a handful of friends and they did really well. And a couple more people got in and did really well. And then eventually everybody ganged up on Dan and said, dude, you have to make a course out of this. And that's where we are today. So, and now we have the opportunity to just simply pay him a little bit of money, the $3,500, pay for that knowledge. And then we can turn around and create a bot and start profiting instantly. Like, it's unbelievable. For the bot itself, you need to invest $3,000 per bot. And the reason for that, a lot of the reason for that is because of the exchanges. They've got a certain level of criteria that you have to meet for how much money you invest for your grid lines. And if you've got, say, 100 grid lines in there, and each line would be probably worth about $30. Some of the bots you can get away with a little bit less, but Dan doesn't recommend it because he's tested it backward and forward, and he found out that 3,000 is the sweet spot for that particular setting. So that's one of several settings that we need to know in order to just be able to step in, turn the key, and have the engine on and ready to go. There's a lot of folks out there too who might have already been doing bot trading, and they're thinking, well, why do I need to pay this guy for this information when I'm already doing it? Well, the only thing I would ask you is how's it working for you? How often are you profiting? What is your return looking like overall on a regular basis? And if you're doing great on your own, which with all due respect, I highly doubt, at least consistently, then great. You don't need it then. But for the vast majority of us, we need this. We need to know these settings unless you want to spend your own 3 years and $5 million. And probably with all due respect, it would be a lot longer than that for people like us, because Dan's got a programming background and he's also a trend spotter. He's got a particular type of brain that can see patterns and trends better than most people. He's actually somebody who was the marketing genius behind The Secret back in the 90s that you probably would remember. He's the one who was responsible for getting it on the Oprah show and all the great things that turned that into a huge blockbuster. And he's done a whole bunch of other amazing things in his career and life. I know him from a number of years back in the Amazon space, where he was the very first guy to come up with the concept of selling wholesale on Amazon, which is awesome. And today, people who have a course on that are just like leaders in the field. And it's such a great way to sell products on Amazon that removes the risk. But I'm totally digressing. This is amazing. This is a walk in the park on a sunny day, downhill, with not a care in the world, compared to a great big gorilla of a business like Amazon. But anyway, so yeah, the two ways that you can profit are because you're having two coins in there. You've got the one coin that is your stable coin that's always on the right, and it's a stable coin that's pegged to a currency. Usually it's USD or some other stable currency, so that it doesn't move very much. The other coin is the one that does wiggle around and moves a lot. And so the market you've created is in between these two coins. And you have the ability to earn a gain if that coin value, that coin, the one wiggler, if it goes up in value between the time you buy it and the time you sell it, you'll make a capital gain, just like all the other buy and holders would if they happen to get in low and sell high. So you have the potential of that happening for you. But that's not why we're doing this. Not by a long shot. We're doing it for the other way you earn income, and it's what I call the bread and butter profits. And that's when we're using that automation, the pre-programming, the settings that are already in there that you don't have to do. You're out living your life while the bot is doing this for you. Every time that bot goes up a little bit, it makes a sell. And every time it goes down a little bit, it makes a buy. And it keeps doing this. And every time one order is executed, a new order is automatically created and replaces it. And you don't have to do any of this. It happens automatically. And so each one of these little cells that happen is money in your pocket. And the money that you see that's going into your balance every single day, every single hour, every single minute is money that is coming to you directly from that bot. Like I say, they're usually small amounts. So they could be, 26 cents. I keep using that as an example. I see that constantly in my bots, or higher amounts. I think I've seen as much as $1.40 or something around that area for the highest ones, but it can happen so many times in a day. And this amount of money, this money that's coming off of your bots, that's spinning off your bots and going right into your balance, into your exchange, that is happening on autopilot. And even though the earnings, the profit from that bot have spun off into your balance, the bot is still out there working for you. It's still going. It won't stop until you cancel it, or unless it falls down below the grid, in which case we just wait for it to come back up again. Like, it's so hands off. It's amazing. And incidentally, for the investment capital, it's $3,000 per bot. And this is money that you will put into your own exchange account and that you will manage. And you are going to be the person who's going to be in control of this. You don't have to go and ask anybody, if I can withdraw this right now, is there going to be a fee? Is there going to be a penalty? How long do I have to wait? You're 100% in charge yourself. And that's great. Always 100% in your control, and for you to make all the decisions on it, and you're not relying on anybody else to do that for you. So when those profits daily and weekly get spun off of your bot and go into your balance, that money is sitting in your exchange instantly, waiting for you to do whatever you want with it. You can remove it, and I like to say, you can go pay your mortgage with it. You can go out for a nice dinner. You can take a holiday. You can buy that car. You can do whatever you want with that money. Or you can reinvest it in another bot or another crypto strategy if you wanted to. You can also invest it in the system, into a high interest earning wallet, for example, is another amazing thing that we learn about in the plan too, where you can actually earn interest on the capital that's sitting there. Is anybody old enough to remember those days? It's been a long time since we've earned interest on capital sitting in a bank, at least any interest that you can speak of. Here in Japan, it's negative. You're like paying the bank to hold your money for you. It's crazy. This is an amazing opportunity for all of us, and anybody can get involved. I know that the price of the course, $3,500, that's not nothing. That's not a small amount of money. It's worth it though. I can tell you every cent, it's worth it. And I know people in my group personally who have made back that course fee within weeks. I made my course fee back within 2 weeks when I did it. And I hear it constantly from other people too. Oh yeah, it took me 4 weeks. It took me a month and a half. It took me 10 days. It took me 2 days. It took me one trade. Like, it's unbelievable, the range, but people are making it back quickly. It's not something you're going to have to be out of pocket for long, believe me. And the other thing is, there's a lot of people who have asked me, Heather, I don't even have enough money to start my first bot yet. Should I just wait until the next time the doors open? And the thing that I say there is no, I don't think you should. If you can get involved now, do it. Because what that means is you're going to be learning while you're saving up. And then as soon as you are ready to go and you've got yourself funded, you're also ready to go with the knowledge, right? And you can actually just step in and move forward, because you can also be trading with the demo bots for the whole time. I mean, I still use demo bots. We all do. We all have demo bots going at the same time as our live money bots are going as well. It's a good idea to do that because it's just another way to learn. So for anybody who's thinking about that from that perspective, I would strongly advise you to just go ahead. Even if you need to get involved with the coming on board by using the payment option, because you'll have skin in the game. So you're going to have a far higher desire to succeed at this than if you're not in it. And if you're not in it now, who knows what happens in life, what direction you get taken next, right? And the next time that this thing is available and offered to you, you might not be in a place that you're even receptive to it for whatever reason. I'm just how life goes sometimes, right? Now is the time. And it's also such a great time because of where things are in the market. When I was explaining to you about the market going down, it's an amazing opportunity to get in. And for anybody who's wondering, is now a good time to create a bot when the market is dropped like that? It's a great time. It's a great time. And that's not financial advice. Remember, I said at the beginning, I'm not an advisor. I'm not licensed or in a position to offer advice to anybody, especially about finances and taxes. But from the perspective of what's happening in the market, it's a good time to be looking at starting, putting money in, onboarding capital into crypto to get your position at these lower levels. Bitcoin hasn't been this low since I started in looking at this. For me, I wasn't I'm pretty new to crypto myself. I'm a beginner. I would call myself a beginner still. I've been trading live for 3 months now, but before that, I maybe had 2 months where I was like learning the first phase of the plan, and I was learning it really slow. I wasn't keeping up with the training at all. For me and my account, it's been doing great as a beginner. I'm up on average over 30% overall, and just before my bots went below the grid, okay, so that, like I was explaining to you, my average over the previous 3 months was $158 a day is how much my bots were churning out, which is like $4,700 a month. And that's a total living wage. Like that's a game changer. That's money that somebody can quit their job on, right? Or you really have a nice subsidize of their lifestyle. And just so you know, because you're probably wondering, well, how much money did that cost you, or did it take for you to make that? In this case, in that example, that's $33,000 I had invested in over 10 bots. Actually, that's not a lot of money when you think I'm getting over 10% on that. It's more like 15 on those 10 bots. And with those numbers, the amount of money that you'll earn off a bot, and if it's not 10, if it's 1, if you're working up to 1, most of the people that are in that position, what their goal is to use the profit you make from your bot to fund the next one. And the reason is because the main objective is to get up to 3 to 5 bots going so that you can enjoy the portfolio effect. And that is wonderful because that means when one bot is down, the rest probably aren't. And you're averaging out your, definitely the dips, but you're also averaging out your returns. And that's why I say over the 10 bots, over 3 months, it was $158 a month. One of those bots might have been, $10 a month. Another one of them might have been just considerably way higher. And that's just how it is a huge benefit to all of us to have that portfolio effect going. So allowing your bot to grow and fund the next bot it's awesome. And it will happen quickly. A lot of the people in this last intake, it was happening within 6 to 8 weeks. They've got another bot created in 6 to 8 weeks. They've doubled their money because the first bot was required 3,000 as well, right? And again, that's not a promise or a guarantee, and it's not to tell you that that's definitely what's going to happen in the future. It's to show you what's possible and what has happened, and it has happened. So keep that all in mind. What else do I want to tell you here? That's pretty much how it works. So the other thing that I hear a lot from people is they're wondering, it sounds good, Heather. I kind of understand what you're talking about. It sounds like something that works, that is legit and will be a good investment and pay off. But I don't know if it'll work for me. I don't know if I can actually do it. You say it's so easy, but I don't know. And I understand. I really do. And I have a lot of people ask me that and mention that to me. And I would just like to suggest to you that definitely you can do it. I know that if you're interested enough and you're sitting here through watching this video of mine to this point, wondering this question, I can tell you, you can do it. It's not difficult content or difficult information to learn at all. It's just different. That's all. I can say that for me, like I say, I continue to watch new sessions as they come out, and even the previous ones and the older ones, I watch them as well. And if I need to refresh my mind on how to do a particular procedure or something, then I just go and do that. And then I do the thing. And that's normal until you do something repeatedly over and over and over. Maybe we don't remember every single step. That's not a big deal. And that's actually a huge part of why I created the exact suite of bonuses that I have, because every one of them is there and in place to be exactly what you need just at that moment in time when you're like, oh, what about that thing? I need one of these. How do I do that again? I got you covered. Like, I've created all that stuff there so that you don't have to worry about it or figure it all out on your own. And when you are, at home yourself and it's the middle of the night and you decided you're finally going to take a step forward and do this or put the demo on or get the real money one on and you come to a stumbling block, it's like, oh, you can just go into our database and grab the how-to video or thumb through the resources, the Cliff Notes or whatever it is that's in those bonuses and get the answer that you need so that you can move forward and not be stuck. So yeah, I do believe that every one of those bonuses will be exactly what you need if you need it, which most of us do, quite frankly, most of us do. I can say that about a few people who really want to tell you a little bit more about their experience with the bonuses and with my support and with the plan as well.
If I was going to tell anyone to get into crypto in this crazy market, in this crazy world, it's the plan or it's nothing, right?
Working with Heather, she is extremely knowledgeable and helpful, and her bonuses when you sign up are amazing.
But Heather, it's incredible. Heather's bonuses are a must when you're going to take up on Dan Hollings' The Plan.
Those two components, the plan and Heather Farrell with her marvelous boni that she provides, made me gain my first relevant profit within the crypto space.
Heather, thank you so much. all your support, Q&As and all the other goodies that you are handing out to people. Couldn't be any better. Heather, keep going, and thanks tremendously for your help and support.
I was originally signed up under somebody else, and I made the switch to work with Heather, and I definitely do not regret it.
And signing up under Heather, she offers a number of bonuses, Facebook group, which I think is essential.
What I also appreciate about Heather is how genuine she is, and she continues to provide value.
Her Facebook group is probably one of the biggest assets.
Deep appreciation to Heather. It's all because of her that I'm actually able to be in the plan right now. Fantastic. She was so dedicated. I can't believe it. I'm so grateful because, yeah, it's only a month that I'm in and it's beyond my expectation.
It is absolutely helpful to have a real sympathetic person on your side who is there for you for any questions about the content of the course, the plan, and provides an exclusive Facebook group you can attend where nice people share their experience as well.
Heather's bonuses really gives you an extra edge, and it also gives you that extra confidence.
This opportunity is too good not to share, so I encourage you all to go for it.
The best bonus, in my opinion, is the Facebook group. You're going to want to talk to people going along that same journey, and that's really what this group is for. And there's a number of other bonuses too, which you definitely should check out, but it's that group, and you're going to go on a journey, and you're going to be learning a lot of information with each other. It's going to be great too. No regrets. No regrets. Get in.
I highly recommend getting the plan and getting into Heather Farrell's trading community. So cheers to all fellow traders. Bye.
And so on that note, I would just like to extend a warm invitation to you one more time to one of two things. If you've been already on the fence and you've been thinking about the plan and you're kind of ready now, you're ready to go ahead and click my buttons below and enroll through me so that you can enjoy all these bonuses. And if you're still needing more information, that's totally okay. And there is a link below as well that you can go ahead and enroll in Dan's last webinar that he's going to be doing this year. It's going to be happening on December 9th at noon Pacific. And there will be a replay available for you. So if you can't be on there live or you need to watch it the next day, that's totally fine. But keep in mind, the clock is ticking on this final extension. And yeah, so get the information you need. Reach out to me personally if you need to. I'm Heather at legitebiz.com. You can email me anytime or put comments below and I will answer. And it would be my sincere privilege to help you and get you up and running if you do decide to join. So yeah, let me just say that's it for now. If you did find this video helpful and you like this content, please like the video and subscribe. It means a lot to me. And it also helps me to continue to get more information out into the hands of the right people. And YouTube will also go ahead and notify you whenever there's an update that I do so that you can not miss a thing. So on that note, I wish you the very best in all your endeavors and whatever you might be off to do. And yeah, I'll catch you on the next video. So thanks very much, everybody. Bye.